You would like to live off rental income, but you do not have enough capital to buy a property. Today, we are going to talk about how you can do it from only 50 euros. We are going to talk about real estate crowdfunding for rent. We are going to talk about different platforms that offer us the possibility of investing in properties and be able to get a monthly return for vacation rentals or longer term rentals in this video. I will also tell you why today it is a very good investment. And we will talk about 3 different platforms to invest in 3 different countries in real estate crowdfunding for rent and receive a monthly income. But before we start, I want to invite you to the Telegram channel where many investors share opinions and experiences of their investments and their investment portfolios. To do so, go to the description and there you will find the links to join the channel to share with the community. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel either. So in real estate crowdfunding, what we are doing is several investors are contributing a small amount to buy a building or a house or an apartment, and we benefit from the profitability that we get with that building, that it is usually for sale. But in this case, in this video, we will talk about crowdfunding, real estate rental. In this case, we will talk about several platforms that offer us the opportunity to invest with several investors from a very small amount, and we can benefit from the profitability and income we get for the rental of that house. In many cases will be vacation rentals, but also today there is a great trend to co-living or rental of apartments for rooms, which is also very profitable and has much less operating and maintenance costs. And it is not so seasonal because we are going to rent it for several months. As it is longer term here, we are not talking about short-term investments as we are used to when we invest in P2P platforms where we can invest a month to 2 months to 3 months. Here we are talking about that we would like to have the investment for longer because we can benefit not only from the monthly rent that we will receive for the project in which we have invested, but also we can benefit in the long term from the sale of that property. So we would get the 2 returns, the profitability for the monthly rent and profitability for the capital gain of the appreciation of the property. However, that is long term does not mean that we cannot invest even if we want to invest in the shorter term, or that we have to withdraw the money before the sale of the property is made, since many of these platforms that we will talk about right now all offer us a secondary market where we can sell our investment to other investors or the early exit of the project if we want to sell it before time. And why now is a good time to invest in these crowdfunding platforms? Well, it is a good time to invest in these crowdfunding platforms because it is possible that the price of real estate will go down in the coming months if we see a recession. If we see a crisis, this is possible, as we see that fewer mortgages are being granted right now. There is less interest in buying real estate. However, this does not affect the rent continues. Moreover, if people buy less houses, it would be normal that there would also be more demand for rent, and the rent does not fall in price. The rent continues to increase with a higher demand. For me right now, this type of investment is a good investment, and I like to have a well-diversified portfolio, and I like to do it this way so I can invest in different properties. And also we are going to see different platforms to be able to invest also in different countries. And so there is a greater diversification. Besides, I am not a real estate expert, and all the knowledge that I would have to get to buy a property myself would be much more complex, tedious, and time-consuming. So I like to leave it in the hands of people who know the market and know where to choose the best projects. And in this video, we are going to talk about 3 different platforms that also, as I said, we will be able to invest in 3 different countries with these platforms. We are going to talk first about Inrento. This is a platform that is regulated by the Bank of Lithuania, and this platform also offers us investment opportunities in that same country, in Lithuania and in Poland. In Inrento, we can invest from 500 euros per project, so we can diversify our investment portfolio in the different projects that they have. As you see here, we can see several projects that they have right now available or have had available in recent weeks. All projects that they have today are in Lithuania. As you can see, most of them are in the capital city of Vilnius and in Poland. And investing in these projects, we will be able to obtain an annual yield of between 7 and 8%. This yield will be paid monthly. And as you can see, the annual interest that will be paid for the revaluation of the property is also calculated When we enter in each of the projects, we will be able to see much more information about that project and also a detail with a very complete description of how it will be financed and what are the plans of the project, where the profitability of that project is going to be obtained in this platform. In Rento, we will find many apartments that are for short-term rent, like for holiday rental and also long-term rentals and co-livings. In Rento, we also have secondary market, where in addition to being able to buy from other investors, we can also list them for sale when we wish the house or the project in which we have decided to invest, to sell it before the investment finish. Rento was born a couple of years ago, and it is from a co-founder of EvoState platform that those of you who have been investing in crowdlending for years may know this platform because it was platform where you could invest in other different platforms. It was like an aggregator of platforms. Today, that platform no longer exists, and its co-founder has founded Rento. In fact, if you have invested, you will have some advantages to invest in Rento, as you can invest from only 100 euros in each of the projects instead of 500. Here you see the statistics of Rento today, where we see that already has many active investors and has already funded a very high amount of money. And if you want to start investing, in Rento right now, they have a welcome bonus. If you sign up in the link that I will leave below in the description, you will get a bonus of 20 euros once you invest in your first investment in the primary market. Another very interesting platform to invest in rentals is Brickstarter. This is a platform that is based in Estonia but operates and has all its properties in Spain. Here we are going to see mostly holiday rentals. Although its tendency is increasingly more to co-living and apartments to rent per room, here we see some of the projects that are right now in acquisition. That is to say that they are going to be acquired and will begin to exploit in the coming weeks or months. As we see here, the profitability that offers us is around 6%. This is the net rental profitability, 5-6% in some of them. And we will also see the internal rate of return. The internal rate of return is what we could get annually once the project ends, would be calculating the profitability of the rent and the profitability of the capital gain at the end of this project. Here on the platform, we can see all the properties that are in acquisition exploitation, and even those that have already been sold from previous projects that have already obtained their profitability for rent and have reached their sale. What Brickstarter does is to study the market of the different cities, especially in southern Spain. When it finds a property that can be profitable, it acquires it with the funding that we investors put. And what they do in many cases is to improve the apartment, because once the apartment has been refurbished, it is possible to obtain a higher profitability, and then it enters into exploitation. And that is when we can start earning interest on the monthly rent. But something very interesting about this platform is that we will obtain a return from the moment we decide to invest, even if the apartment has not yet passed to exploitation. We will obtain a 5% return. This is very interesting because between that moment and the moment in which they pass to exploitation can take some time. In this platform, we will be able to invest from only 50 euros per apartment. This way, we will be able to diversify more. And in this platform, we also have a secondary market. We can see it here where it says market. Here we see the investments of other investors that are for sale. And here we could sell our investment with a capital gain or with a discount to other investors when we want to exit the investment early before it ends. And something very interesting about this platform is that it has auto invest. We are not going to see it in the other platforms, but here we have it. It is here a little bit hidden. We are going to have to go here to our control panel, to our profile, and we are going to go here to market and auto invest. And we are going to see how here I already have one configured auto invest. You can edit your auto invest strategy. You can decide how much you want to finance. This is how much you want to invest in this auto invest strategy. Here you can also set the minimum and maximum investment you want to make per project. And if you want to invest in new opportunities, secondary markets, or in both, you could even choose the city you would like to invest in if you would like to invest in some and not in others. I like to invest in all of them. The period here, we could limit it to when we want this to be investing. So we could limit it, the type of property, if it's for tourist apartment, or if it is for co-living, the minimum profitability that it offers, how much is the minimum that we want to obtain of profitability, and the promoter of the property, in this case, is always Brickstarter, and we would only have to save the changes, and at the moment when there is a project with these criteria, it would begin to invest. Something that we must take into account, especially if you are investing in crowdlending consumer loans, is that both in this platform and the other platforms take longer. There are not projects every day, so it can take you more time to diversify your portfolio. If you want to start investing in Brickstarter, offers a welcome bonus of €50 if you register from the link that I will leave below in the description, and you enter the code that I will also leave you below in the description. You will get a bonus of €50 after the first investment you make in Brickstarter. And finally, let's talk about Fintown. Fintown is a recently created platform. Although the company behind Fintown has been in the investment and vacation rental market in the Czech Republic in Prague for a long time, this is what we will be able to invest in Fintown. We will be able to invest in properties for vacation rental, and all of them are in Prague. And some of them we can even see in Booking that are for rent, because this is what we will see especially today in Fintown, are apartments that they already have in operation, that they have been operating for years, renting for years, in vacation rentals in Prague. The difference with the other platforms is that here what we are going to do is to invest in a loan. And this loan is what is going to give us this profitability. These loans, although it says LTV here, do not have a first-rank mortgage. What we are doing is investing in a loan underlying the loan that they have, that the company has. The return that we're going to get is higher than the other platforms. And it is a variety of different returns. We can see an 8%, but there are some that we can even obtain a profitability of 14%. In all of them, we will be able to leave before the loan finish, but this has a penalty. Here you see that in the information there is a minimum term, and this refers to that after this period of time we can decide to leave even if the project is not completely finished. The early exit, this is what it is called when we decide to leave earlier, and it has a penalty, and it will discount a part of the principal that we have invested, depending on when we leave the project. This platform has no secondary market, only this early exit. But you have to take into account these penalties that, although they do pay you the interest at the date, you have to take into account that it has a discount and that we will not get back the full amount if we leave early. Something very interesting about Fintown is that, as you see, everything is holidays and vacation rentals in Prague. If you have ever been in Prague, you know that it is very expensive accommodation there. And there is a lot of occupation, of course, like all vacation rentals is a bit seasonal, but it is less seasonal than it can be on a coastal town in Spain. Fintown also offers a welcome bonus for new investors of 2% of the first investment, only if you register at the link I will leave below in the description. Now it's your turn. Tell me, what do you think about real estate crowdfunding for rent? You are going to invest. Do you already invest in it? Do you invest in any of these platforms? Do you know any other platform to invest in real estate crowdfunding for rent? Let me know below in comments, share with the community. And if you have any doubts or questions, you know that I answer all comments also. I invite you to subscribe to the Telegram channel to stay in touch and share with the community of crowdlending investors only through the links that I will leave below in the description. Before you go, if you like the video, give it a like, thumbs up. It makes me happy and you'll help the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more interesting videos about alternative investments and P2P lending. See you very soon.